So in lesson 6-7, we're going to be finding and talking about the simple interest, okay? Now, simple interest can be used to find a couple different things, but what we're doing is figuring out how much interest has been earned after a certain amount of time, including the percent of interest and how much principal or how much money we put in right away, okay? So we're going to use our formula, I equals P times R times T. So interest, simple interest, equals whatever the principal times the rate is, but that rate is a percent. So we will need to convert that percent to a decimal when we are calculating with percent. And then we need to take that times time, but that needs to be in terms of years. So if they give us months, we need to divide whatever amount of months they give us by 12 because the T needs to represent time that is in years, okay? So simple interest, it's money earned on a savings account or an investment. It could also be money you pay for borrowing money. So interest can kind of be good in certain situations and it can kind of not be so good in other situations, okay? We would want a high interest rate, all right, if we had a chance to make money off that. So if we put money into an account or if we loan somebody some money, we'd want a high interest rate because that means we have the potential to get more money back in return. We would want a low interest rate if we were to purchase something or buy a car or buy a house, all right? We don't want to spend more than we have to. So we'd want a low interest rate if I was borrowing money or purchasing something, and a high interest rate if we have that potential to earn money. So if we opened up an account or something like that at a bank, okay? All right, so interest is the money paid or earned. Principal is the amount of money borrowed or deposited. So your principal is kind of whatever dollar amount that you're starting off with, okay? I got 3 scenarios here. We're gonna find something different in each of those scenarios. So I might ask you to find principal, I might ask you to find rate, I might ask you to find time or interest. So it just kind of depends on the information we're given, okay? So first example here, I have $500 in the savings account. So that's the money that I'm starting with, so that's my P. And then I have a 3% simple interest per year, okay? So that's just per 1 year. So we know kind of 1 year, 3%, and 500. So I'm gonna put that into my formula. It says, what is the interest earned? And I'm gonna find my new balance in the account. So I did not know my I was not given my interest earned, okay? My principal was 500, so all I'm doing is setting it up into this formula every single time today. And I'm gonna multiply that by my percent, 3%, but we never put whatever the percent we have in the formula when I'm doing my calculation. We must always convert that to a decimal. So if I move my decimal over twice, that becomes 0.3 or 3/100, and then we're gonna multiply that by per 1 year, so per year, okay? So you will be able to use a calculator in this lesson, okay? So all I'm going to be doing is taking 500 times 0.03 times 1, okay? And that gets us, and interest is in money, $15, okay? So the interest earned is $15, that's what I stands for. Now, what is the new balance of my account? What does that mean? Well, when we opened up the account a year ago, we put in $500. After that year of a 3% simple interest, we've earned an extra $15. So if I had $500 in my account and I earned an extra 15, all we do is combine your principal and your interest earned and add them together. So our new balance on my account would be $515, okay? Next example. You put $1,000 in an account. The account earns $100 simple interest in 4 years. What is the annual interest rate? So I don't know my rate this time. They did tell me the account earns $100 in simple interest. Simple interest is my I, so I know that first variable. So I know 100 is my I equals, now do I know my principal? It said we put $1,000 in an account. That's the initial amount that I started with. So I know my principal, times R, well it says what is the interest rate? We don't know what my R is. And then they told us in 4 years, okay? So we need to solve for R here. It's kind of like an equation. We gotta kind of clean this side up. So we can take 1,000 times 4, which is 4,000. And then I still have that times R, or 4,000 R. I'm just gonna bring down everything else. And then all I need to do, if you need to use a calculator, you can. We're just solving for R. Dividing by 4,000, those cancel out. So to get my answer, we just take 100 divided by 4,000, which is 0.025 equals R. But rate is in terms of a percent, so we need to convert it back to a percent. They gave us a decimal in the calculator. Now our job is just to convert this 2 times to the right into a percent, so our interest rate was 2.5 or 2.5%. Okay? Last example, okay? They told me my I, they told me principal, they told me the rate, but it's in terms of a percent, so I must convert it to a decimal, which is 0.04 or 4 hundredths. And now our job is to find the amount of time. Well, I don't know. So t is our variable in this case, and now we have to solve for t. So once again, we're gonna kind of clean that right side up. We need to take 750 times 0.04. Once again, use the calculator for this, that is totally okay. And I gotta bring t down, equals 60. And then all we're doing is solving. Cross my 30s out, and 60 divided by 30 is 2, and time is in terms of years. Okay? All right, homework is on page 256. We're gonna do 2 through 22 evens.